Chapter 22. Dick Jones guzzled a cup of coffee and waved one of his 3 secretaries away from the shambles that was once his office. The place looked a lot worse in the daylight. He figured it would take a work crew at least 24 hours to replace the doors, the sections of walls, and the corner of the 112th floor that went into low orbit the night before. He sighed and sat down behind his desk, flicking on a Watchman TV on his desk. Perky Jess Perkins and dapper Casey Wong were just beginning their early morning drone. "Good morning." Casey smiled, his teeth nearly reaching his earlobes. "I'm Casey Wong with Jess Perkins, and these are today's top stories." It was revealed today by doctors at the Texas Clone Institute that Hollywood immortal Sylvester Stallone died yesterday during an unsuccessful brain transplant. A longtime supporter of bioengineering, Stallone was 97. His last film, Rambo 38: Old Blood, will be released posthumously next month. Jones squinted at the tiny screen. Footage of policemen walking in front of a precinct house with picket signs materialized. Jones nearly gagged on the coffee. Jess picked up the patter. Police union representatives and Omnicon continued negotiations today in hopes of averting a citywide strike by police scheduled to begin tonight at midnight. We go now live to Justin Ballard Watkins. A somber kid with a loud blazer stood in front of a precinct house. "Picket lines have already formed around some police stations in the city," he intoned, to stress the rank and file's seriousness about the strike. "Cops are on duty today, but will they be on duty tomorrow? That's the question we put to people in the crime-plagued Lexington area." A store owner was pictured boarding up his appliance shop. "They're public servants," he groused. "They have job security. They're not supposed to strike." A bearded nouveau hippie newspaper vendor smiled at the camera. "The cops are workers like everyone else in society. They're getting a raw deal from management. You know, cops have rights too." Jones flicked off the TV. That's all he needed. His life wasn't going down the toilet fast enough. Great way to start a morning. He stared at the coffee. "Marsha, there's no sugar in this crap." Marsha, a pert young woman with a bulldog jaw, marched into his office with a sugar dispenser. She banged it on his desk and glared at him. "There's a moron outside to see you," she snapped. "And if he tries pouring at me one more time, I'll remove his teeth with my shoe." She spun and left the office. Jones sagged visibly. What else could go wrong? He barked into his intercom. "Send the more gentlemen in." Clarence Boddicker, wearing shades and a festive Hawaiian shirt, sauntered into the office. He glanced at the ruptured room around him. "Been doing some redecorating?" Clarence tossed a vial of Coke on Jones's desk. "Want a toot?" "It's a little early, isn't it, Boddicker?" Clarence smiled, sticking a small shovelful of cocaine up his nose. "It's never too early to feel good." Jones frowned. "Clarence, you're a fuck-up." Clarence wiped the coke off his nose. "Hey, let's not start flinging mud." Jones shrugged. "I've always known about you, but in spite of that, I depended on you. I figured, hey, the guy has ambition. He has intelligence. Give him the chance and he'll perform." "I do the best I can." "Not good enough, Clarence. The police officer who arrested you, the one you spilled your guts to. You're going to have to kill him. Clarence wasn't concerned. Hey, pal. I've come through for you whenever you needed a favor. All I ever asked in return was a guarantee of no jail for me and my men. He was taking me to jail. Jones narrowed his eyes, resembling Mr. Punch more than ever. He's a cyborg, you idiot. Part human, part state-of-the-art technology. He recorded every word you said. His memory is admissible evidence in a court of law. You involved me. You may have damaged me. I guess oops isn't going to cut it, Clarence asked, flashing a lopsided grin. This isn't funny, Clarence. I'm in deep shit thanks to you. Hey, you wanted dead cops all over old Detroit so you could sell your robot monster. I did the job. Now, there's a man-machine roaming the streets and you want me to deal with it? No way. I'm out of here, partner. Jones took a more persuasive tack. Hold on, Clarence. I didn't say it wouldn't be worth your while. Delta City begins construction in 2 months. 2 million workers will be there living in trailers. A lot of them will become city residents. A whole new wave of customers for drugs, gambling, prostitution. Delta City will be virgin territory for the man who knows how to open it up to new markets. One man could control it all, Clarence. You could control it. If you eliminate the one obstacle standing in our way. Robocop. If I say yes, I'll need all my men. Emile DeLorean was bailed out of jail this morning. Clarence smiled. Jones tossed him the CompuMap card from his desktop. Clarence caught it and stared at the map. A red dot was glowing from a run-down section of town. Well, Clarence said, I guess we're going to be friends after all, Dick. Have you got access to military weaponry? Jones nodded. Of course. We are the military. Clarence picked up the card and stuffed it into his shirt pocket. Give me a few hours to get a plan going. By tomorrow morning, your man-machine will be ready for the scrap heap. That's the way I like to hear you talk, Clarence. Jones beamed. I figured, Clarence said, turning to leave. By the way, he called. If I were you, I'd fire that Ice Queen outside. She's a real bitch. Doesn't know how to treat guests. Jones nodded. Consider it done. Jones watched Clarence disappear from the office. He leaned back in his chair. Asshole,